How's it going, everybody? So I want to continue to take a look, and don't get me wrong, tomorrow, St. Patty's Day. I mean, this whole week, as you go from winter to spring, the 18th is big because spring's first day of spring, like dead in the dead of winter, rising on first day of spring. That could be a thing. Going down on the 20th, rising on 322, Skull and Bones. I mean, uh, we are in a sweet spot right now, in my opinion. But my big focus, I will tell you what I've been seeing a lot of. My big focus is again 4-9 or day 99 of the year, Agent 86, Agent 99. And during the Oscars, I saw two different commercials, one for Hulu. We can even take a look at it. Hulu, 4.99 for 3 months. There it is right there. Bundle Disney Hulu, 4.99 for 3 months. Well, on the date of 4-9, it is the 99th day of the year. Saw 4.99 on a license tag in the film oh, Crazy Stupid Love. Just coincidence, but right after I have done these series of videos, there it was. I started watching that movie the other day. And there was something else that was 4.99. Oh, it was Panera Bread. Panera Bread, 4.99 special. There it is. That was also on at the Oscars. So I've been seeing they've been putting this 4.99 out there in the ether. So let's go on. Let's take a look at JD Vance. That's Eve. It is 15225. 5225 is Eve. E5, V22, E5 again. And if you look at 41 years, 8 months, 7 days old, that's 4187. 500 months, 7 days. 500 is Antichristos or Antichrist in Strong's Concordance. 175 weeks. Revelation 17:5 saying to that Bible verse is Mystery Babylon the Great, all capitalized. So you get the idea. We're seeing a lot of activity with J.D. Vance's birthday to our 4-9 date. This is a big, big, big deal, in my opinion. Is he the one that does it? Or, he's the vice president and will take over as president because he's such a big cipher. Of course, everybody in their world's a big cipher. Now, George Bush, who opens up I Pet Goat. Remember, he's the one dancing with the D hat at the very beginning of I Pet Goat. Let's go find I Pet Goat. Let's go find I Pet Goat. So when it opens up, after you see the goat and the money sign, it opens up with Bush. I mean, so we then go look at Bush. Hang on just a quick second. There's some things I need to get rid of here. All right, so let's get back into this. So Biff Tannen, the guy that played Biff, born March 26, 1937, and Biff was drunk. They admitted that Biff in Back to the Future 2 was based off Donald Trump. Yes, yes, yes. Screenwriter, Back to the Future, Bob Gale confirmed, blah, 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 Donald Trump, 1989 film. Okay, so we look at Biff to our 4/11 Rising Day. He is a palindrome. That's right. The same number going backwards and forwards, days old. 32523. Run it back the other way. 32523. He is a palindrome days old. 1068 months. Remember, 68 is his name and Antichrist in the reverse reverse reduction. 89 years, 16 days. Don't forget the 89 is in 589. Donald Trump of the Jewish Hebrew Gematria, 1189, Donald J. Trump. So 89 is in both names in the Jewish Hebrew Gematria. I looked at the film The Prestige, which is all about the rising. And if you run everything to the rising, it's also good mesh with the abomination of desolation. You got to bring it back. It's when he's brought back to the earth as being alive. But back from the dead or rising on the third day, the event is 4-9. The spiritual rising, Satan possessing the body, would be 4-11, which is 44, 404 versus Revelation. But I want you to look at the Prestige. One of the release dates, premiere dates, whatever, is 7-116. That's 7-11 fused with the backwards upside down 9-11. And don't forget, 9-11 was all about 7-11 because September was once the seventh month, and most countries write the dates backwards from us. So it was really about Revelation 11:7, the beast rising from the pit. And what rose up? One World Trade Tower. There's your 499 again, popping up here on this advertisement. Remember, right before 499, right after 499 is 500, which is Antichrist. Another Prestige release date is 7-11 fused with 11-3 on the rising date again. That, folks, this is gigantic because the Prestige was a Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale, Michael Caine film set right in between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. Batman Begins, 2005. Prestige, 2006. The Dark Knight, 2008. The Dark Knight Rises, 2012. The Dark Knight, Darkened Right Eye, Dark Knight Rises. From The Dark Knight to The Dark Knight Rises, their release dates were only 2 days apart, signifying rising on the third day. Which is why if the event is 4-9, we look at 4-11 and look at how the Prestige bounces right off 7-116, 7-113. The final of the Prestige is 11-10 release date. I think that one's in England. I can't remember. But to the 86ing day of 4-9, it's a perfect 7-0-9-0. Or drop the zeros. There's your 79, which is murder in simple gematria. Mind-blowingly fascinating. Now we're going to run over to all those releases on the iPet Goat YouTube channel, the Heliofont channel. They released all these videos on January 5th, 2026. If we run that to our 4-9 date, it is 9-4 days. And most countries write the date backwards. 9-4. And where was all of these taken? If I'm not mistaken, was Montreal. And I'm not sure where this was. All these different hang on just a quick second. It says MOV 371. La Sainte. I'm just going to key this into Google and see what that gives us. In English. The St. Lawrence River seen from the Concord Bridge in English. This refers to the scenic St. Lawrence River in Montreal. So it is Montreal, Quebec. The latest videos from the Heliofont YouTube channels were from Quebec. Based on recent search results, the latest content associated with Shadow of Saint Pierre. No, that was another one. Anywho, let's just go with it. I mean, that's in Quebec, they write the date backwards. In Montreal, how would they write April 4th date? Whoops. It's April 9th. And there it is. They would write it 9/4. And what did they do? Made it 94 days from our date. This is why we really think we've got it, because if that's the cipher they're putting out, and it's an absolute connection to what look at it also 13 weeks 3 days for Revelation 13:3, the first time deadly wound is mentioned in the book of Revelation. Deadly wound, but did live. I mean, I really think we've got our date. I looked at the movie Limitless, which has all their cast of characters. Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro. When you look at the URL from their IMDb, it's 121 Antichrist. At the end, it has 289 for Mustang 289. The Limitless release dates are March 8th and March 18th, 2011. When we run that to our date, it's 5501. That's the exact amount of days Trump and I are apart from each other. His birth from my birth is 5501. Can't make it up. And when we run, that was March 8th, and that was March 18th. If we run March 8th, which is 38 for murder, it's 5511. All right, so we're done with Limitless. I do not remember what this was on 6/11/1913. I'm sure when I put it up there, I was like, well, I won't forget what that is. I forgot. It's 121 Antichrist, whatever it is. 2/22/1732. Don't remember what that is either. Guess it wasn't that important. That's just me being stupid. Goodness gracious. How dumb can you get? All right, let's keep going. I'm not as smart as I think I am I? Nope. Like, oh, I won't forget what that is. Nextly. 12/7/1965. Oh, that's the one I did last time where I couldn't remember. When they walked on the moon and so forth, 7/20, which I think is why The Dark Knight Rises was released on 7/20 and The Dark Knight 7/18, Porsche 911, Porsche 7/18. You do get your 207/19 on the rising day. Remember, 207 is 119 Donald plus 88 Trump. Jewish Hebrew over to simple. Donald into Jewish Hebrew 119, which they use that a lot. That was Donnie Darko's release date. And it's the backwards 9/11. So Yeah, let's keep going. Then there's Fahrenheit 9/11 film in 2004. If you run it to our 86ing day of 4/9 or April 9th, it's a perfect palindrome of 7997. The beauty of that is the 97th verse of Revelation is the opening of the seal. The 98th then is the crowning. I believe Revelation 6:1 is the death, the opening of the seal, and then on the third day or 2 days later when he's crowned, because it says in Hebrews, when Jesus, it says death, comma, crowned with glory. So we know 79 is murder, and it's the 99th day of the year. And I do believe the 97th verse is the kill date. In Revelation 6:1, the opening of the seal is the right eye wound. And then Satan possessing the body 2 days later is the Antichrist having a crown given to him. That's a perfect direct smash hit for Fahrenheit 9/11. Their other release date, 7958. 79 again is murder. I mean, folks, this is crushing it. Then there's Fahrenheit 11/9 in 2018. It is also a palindrome, 2772. Both of them are palindromes. 7997. Now it's 2772. That's impossible. And yet, whoop, there it is. So you got your 6th and then your 21st. 6th and then your 21st. The 21st of September. 7 years, 6 months, 19 days. You do have a 761 combination. You have 939 in the weeks, 919 in the months and the days, 66 168 in the hours, but nothing that jumps off the page at us like the other items. Personal cipher, personal cipher, personal cipher, personal cipher. Then we get over to the Who. We won't get fooled again because Bush says that in iPad Goat. He references the song. We won't get fooled again. Fool me once, fool me twice. We won't get fooled again. And so when we run that song, June 25th, 1971, June 25th, 1971, already removed it. I guess it wasn't that big of a pop. Yeah, it's 20,012 days. 12's north for the church. I don't know. Other than that, it's nothing that really pops off. But we did need to take a look at it. Now, it does have 285 in the weeks, and 285 is the address of One World Trade Tower, 285 Fulton Street. So when we run it to the rising day, it's 2859 weeks and 1 day. So, okay. It's also Valentine's Day coded with the 20014. Valentine's Day is the date of 214. And remember, in iPad Goat, he is with that big heart on his chest. You know what we need to look at? Friends. Friends TV series. Because Leave the World Behind had friends at the end. Remember, that was a big thing about it. 108-778 Look at the rating. 88 for Trump. Simple gematria. We got it. Get it, got it, good. We get it. September 22nd, May 6th. September 22nd, there it is, 1994. There's your 94 again, and the 99th day of the year. So there it is. It began September 22nd, 1994. 99th day of the year, and April 4th. I mean, April 9th, which is how most countries write it, 9-4. There it is. Man, it's already there. September 22nd, 1994. September 22nd, 1994. It is 11/5/22. Nothing that's jumping off the page at anything else. The 22nd prime number is 79 murder. Let's look at the May 6, 2004. The last episode. 8,008 days. Perfect. 21 years, 11 months, 3 days. 11/3 is rising. Even though it's not the rising. But look at that. Look at the weeks. 1,144. 144 is the number for the church. Folks, it's 88. 8,008 days to our 86ing day. Look at the hours, 192, 192. 192, 192. Because of the days being 808 like that. Wow. Might as well look at Leave the World Behind. Leave the World Behind. So you've got Tower 1, Tower 2, Tower 7 in the URL at IMDb up at the top there where my cursor is. 1, 2, 7, 4, 7, 7, 4, 8. So you have 47, 48. The next progression is 49. Leave the World Behind. There's your deer antlers. And it came out, it's got 2 dates. Well, there's November 22nd, the JFK anniversary date, October 25th. So it's 2003. I'm sorry, it's 2023, October 25th. So it's October 26th, so it's 897. There's your 89, which is in both his names again, with the 97th verse of Revelation. The other, then November 22nd. $869, 86, being 86th. Wow. Okay. Go to our final tab. So again, Bush. So Bush, who opens up iPet Goat, he's 29,000. Revelation 13, 3 days old. 29133 days old on our 4/9 date. He's 79 years old also. 9 months, 4 days. There's your 9449 code again for the date. 79 is murder. So George Bush is all over that date. That is, by the way, when you include both dates, which we're allowed to do. Trump 2, I Pet Goat release. 24,000, 11.7 for Revelation 11.7, the beast rising from the pit. So we always have to really take a look at that I Pet Goat date. This was Bush to I Pet Goat. The World's End we looked at. So that had 3 release dates. So the World's End was 4656 to our date, then 4658 to the rising day. Ooh, I know what it was. The World's End first release date they show is July 10th. Look at the hours. 1117:44. Literally Zechariah 11:17 in the hours, followed by 44. The number of verses of Revelation, 404. Drop the 0, there's your 44. So it's literally Zechariah 11:17, book of Revelation. In the hours of the world's end. Next date was July 19th. To the 8016 day, 4,647. 47 is his big number. Other than that, there's not a lot that jumps off the page. And then the last The World's End release date is Trump's birthday, 4,614. 614, June 14th. That is, by the way, on the rising day, which is when you begin the world's end. Satan's possessing the body. That is the white horse crowning. So it is horse number 1. You are now living in the book of Revelation in real time. So 11.7 is in the hours. It's 1:1:07:36. Drop the 0. It's 11.7. And Trump's birthday is in the days. Palpable. Absolutely, positively palpable. When we run that date of 2/5/2024, when Heliofont put out all those videos in Quebec, it is 794 days. 79 is murder, 94 is the date that they write it in Quebec. 113 weeks, 3 days. Revelation 13:3 coded. On the rising day, it'd be 113 weeks, 5 days. You have your 11:3 rising built right in. One World Trade Tower opened on 11:3, representing rising, which is the mirror of 3/11, which is when, in 2020, that was the day that they declared it a global illness. And 3/11 is opposite 9/11 on a circular calendar. 12 months, add 6 months. 3 plus 6 is 9. 9/11, 3/11 to 9/11. This is mind-blowing the way all this is working out. Absolutely mind-blowing. Let's keep going. 11/26/2025. It's a perfect 134 days. That is in reference to Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. Wake up. When you run it to Wake Up Dead Man, because he's asleep on the 4/9 date. It's a perfect 134 days. 34 is murder in one of the 4 base ciphers. Folks, this date is a big date. I mean, we are on to something. When you look at Knives Out, it's got 2 dates, September 7th and November 27th. 79 months, 2 days. 79 is murder, so there it is. That is on our 9/7. What about November 27th? Must not have been important because I didn't keep it up. But again, that's Tower 1, Tower 2, Tower 7. And it was loaded with personal ciphers. There's our Knives Out. The film Get Out, which featured a lot of whatchamacallit symbolism, deer antlers and so forth. It was all about rebirth. So Get Out, January 23rd, February 24th. January 23rd, February 24th. We got both dates here. It's 3363 in the days. Ooh, it's 1117 on our Zachariah 1117 day. Get Out, the 123 release date. There it is. 110 months. Remember, One World Trade Tower. I'm sorry. The Twin Towers or the World Trade Center, the two buildings, they were each 110 stories high. They were each 110 stories high. So there's your 110 months. But watch it with 110 months, 17 days. It's 1117 or Zechariah 1117. Perfection. Get Out. Get Out. The twins are down. When you run the other date to our 86ing day, it's a 9 years, 1 month, 16 days. So it's 9/11 fused with the backwards upside down 9/11, 116, and the years, months, day. 9/1/16. 9 years, 1 month, 16 days. Now to the rising day, even better. Look at the days. 3,333. Bingo. The hours also begin with 79 on the 86ing day. Go back to the 86ing day. And the hours are 79944. There's your date 9/4 built in. There's your 44, your Book of Revelation, 404 verses, murder, the date, Revelation. It's all there. 100%. Then they had a movie called You Should Have Left, June 18th, 2020. There's your Antichrist. 2,121 days. 121 is the Antichrist in Civil Gematria. Look at the weeks. 303. It's palpable how this just absolutely just pops. The first ever Super Bowl, January 15th, 1967. 216, which is 6 times 6 times 6, or James Bond's car tag. It's 216, 34 days. 34 is murder in one of the 4 base ciphers. Folks, absolute perfection. It's absolute perfection. Again, 216 is also in the hours. I don't remember what this 8955 day. Oh, that's Doug Williams' birthday. 25,811. Well, $811. You know the date. It's 8 times 11 is 88, but there's really nothing. We're not going to claim there's anything there. The first ever Super Bowl, you better believe it. The first Raiders Super Bowl victory, January 9th, 1977. You know, the right eye utterly darkened Raiders. Are you ready for this? When you include both dates, it's 17,988. In other words, 179, which is murder in simple gematria, followed by 88, which is Trump in simple gematria. So you have a 179, 88 from the Raiders' first Super Bowl victory. What about the Jets' Super Bowl victory? '77, but the Jets were Yeah, January 12th, 1969. January 12th, 1969. January 12th, 1969. 20906. Well, 2096 is Eve in Strong's Concordance. They know we look at everything. It's 2986 in the week, so there's your 86 in the weeks. It's 686 in the months, 68 fused with 86. Remember, 68 is Donald J. Trump in reverse reduction. It's also Antichrist in reverse reduction. And 86 means to eliminate. So it's literally on the 86ing day, eliminate Antichrist Donald Trump is right there in your months. Wow. Yes, this is mind blowing, absolutely blowing my mind. Is what it's doing. I'm not going to lie. The day my son passed to the rising day, 488 days if you include both dates. 117 begins the hours, followed by 12, the number for the church. I always felt like the day the Lord took my son, um, that would be a cipher. Well, it certainly is for that particular date. There's no doubt about that. You do have to include both dates. That's okay. You can either include both dates or not. So Excelsior, they say that a lot in Silver Linings Playbook. When I looked up Excelsior, it came to Donnie Darko. So when I looked up Silver Linings Playbook, there was a book and a movie. The movie on September 8th, November 16th. September 8th, November 16th. If I look at the book, it's September 2nd, 2008. September 2nd, 2008. So the book is 6428. It's 17 years, 7 months, 7 days. Wow. You got 777 there. That's the book. And you got the movie. It's September 8th, November 16th. September 8th. It's 4961, so the date is built in to the days, which is when they begin their Silver Linings Playbook, November 16th. Which is Maggie Gyllenhaal's birthday. You have 4-8, which is his name. You got 89, which is, like we've been telling you, both names in the Jewish Hebrew, 589, 1189, followed by 92. 698 in the weeks, 107, 100. Well, the hours will begin with 11/7 on the 11/7 day on 4/11. And then 94 is in the date of the rising day. I don't know. It's a little discombobulated, but yeah. But Excelsior, let's go back to that. There was some things about Excelsior. It was Osama bin Laden, Elon Musk. I started running all of these Excelsior since it is a match with Donnie Darko. I started running everything to it, and some things really popped right off on it. And I don't have them set up. So I'm just going to use that for the next video. That'll be the end of this one. So this will be part what? This will be part 6 on our big date of 409, Formula 409. I think we've got our date, but boy, I've said that before. All right, love you guys.